The last communication was routine, then silence. The radar screen went blank, and an aircraft, along with its pilot, was gone forever. Join us as we pull back the curtain on the haunting true stories of pilots who vanished without a trace, venturing into the eerie heart of aviation's most enduring mysteries. Imagine you're in the cockpit, thousands of feet above the earth. Everything is normal. Then, out of nowhere, static fills your headset. The instruments start to flicker, and the world outside turns into a blur. The next moment, nothing. This isn't the opening of a horror movie. This is the reality for a handful of pilots whose stories have become modern folklore. We're not just talking about crashes where wreckage is eventually found. We're talking about complete vanishing acts, where an aircraft and its crew simply cease to exist. These aren't just technical puzzles. They're human tragedies. Families are left in a state of perpetual limbo, haunted by the lack of answers. The not knowing is a unique kind of torment, and it's why these stories continue to grip our collective imagination. Perhaps the most infamous region for these mysteries is the Bermuda Triangle. Its reputation was cemented on December 5, 1945, with the disappearance of Flight 19, 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers. A squadron of 14 men took off from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. Their leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, reported that his compasses were malfunctioning and he was unsure of his position. The radio transmissions became increasingly confused and desperate. Then, silence. A massive air and sea search found nothing. Not a single piece of debris, not an oil slick, not one life raft. Even one of the rescue planes sent to find them, a Martin Mariner with a 13-man crew, also vanished that night, adding to the enigma. It was as if the sky had swallowed them whole. But Flight 19 isn't an isolated incident. Decades later, pilot Bruce Gernon shared his own terrifying experience. Flying over the triangle in 1970, he described entering a strange tunnel-shaped cloud, an electronic fog. He said his instruments went haywire, and he felt a sensation of weightlessness. In what should have been a 90-minute flight, he arrived at his destination a full 30 minutes early, having covered 100 miles in an impossibly short time. He believes he flew through some kind of time warp or dimensional gateway. While it sounds like science fiction, his detailed account adds another layer to the triangle's mystique. And it's not just history. Even today, small private planes occasionally go missing in this area under clear skies, reigniting the debate and leaving investigators scratching their heads. The phenomenon isn't confined to the Bermuda Triangle. These aerial enigmas span the globe. Take the case of Frederick Valentich. In 1978, the 20-year-old Australian pilot was flying a small Cessna over the Bass Strait. During his flight, he radioed air traffic control to report a strange aircraft hovering above him. He described it as long, metallic, and brilliantly lit, moving at a speed he couldn't identify. His last chilling words were, "It's not an aircraft." Then, for 17 seconds, a strange metallic, scraping sound was heard before the transmission came. Neither Valentich nor his plane were ever seen again. No wreckage was ever found, despite extensive searches. And of course, there's the most famous disappearance of all, in 1937, she and her navigator Fred Noonan vanished while attempting to circumnavigate the globe. The common theory is they ran out of fuel and crashed into the vast Pacific Ocean. But the story is more complex. Her final radio communications were garbled and frantic, suggesting she was lost but still flying. Theories about her fate range from being captured by the Japanese to secretly surviving as a castaway on a remote island. Despite countless expeditions and new technologies, her final resting place remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries, a testament to how even the most famous aviators are not immune to the sky's secrets. These aren't the only cases. There are what you might call the Flying Dutchman of the skies. Consider the case of a Boeing 727 that took off from an airport in 2003 and simply flew off, never to be seen again. Or the numerous military and private planes that have vanished over remote regions in Asia and Europe, leaving behind no clues, no distress calls, and no debris. Each story is a standalone puzzle, a ghost in the annals of aviation. So, what could possibly explain these events? The most logical explanations are, of course, mechanical failure or human error. A catastrophic engine failure, a sudden electrical fire, or a pilot becoming disoriented could lead to a crash. But this doesn't fully explain why these planes vanish. Modern aircraft are designed to be incredibly durable. Even in a high-speed impact with the ocean, there's almost always a debris field. Wreckage, oil slicks, personal effects, something usually floats to the surface. For a plane to disappear completely, leaving absolutely no trace, suggests something beyond a simple crash. Could extreme and rare environmental phenomena be the culprit? Scientists have documented things like microbursts in tents, localized downdrafts of air that can slam a plane into the sea in seconds. There's also the theory of methane gas eruptions from the ocean floor, which could theoretically cause a plane to lose lift and plummet, or even ignite. While plausible in some scenarios, these theories don't account for cases like Valentich's, where a pilot describes an unidentified object before disappearing, or Gurnon's experience with the electronic fog. This leads us into the realm of the extraordinary, the theories that live on the fringes of science. For decades, these disappearances have been linked to paranormal or extraterrestrial activity. The idea of alien abduction, while sensational, is a recurring theme, especially when pilots report strange lights or objects just before they vanish. Other, even more speculative ideas involve interdimensional portals or rifts in space-time, where an aircraft could literally slip from our reality into another. We're not saying this is what happened, but when all logical explanations fall short, the human mind naturally wanders to the seemingly impossible. These theories persist because they offer an answer, however outlandish, to the unsettling void of the unknown. What we are left with is a profound and unsettling legacy. These stories remind us that despite all our technology, our radar, our GPS, the sky is still a vast and untamed wilderness. There are corners of our world that hold secrets we may never uncover. These missing pilots and their passengers are not just statistics. They are ghosts in the machine of modern aviation. Their stories a permanent warning that some questions may never have answers. The mystery continues, and the search for truth is a collaborative effort. What do you think happened to these pilots? Do you have a theory about Flight 19, Frederick Valentich, or Amelia Earhart? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one and are fascinated by the different perspectives our community brings to these enduring enigmas. As we look to the sky, we're left to wonder what other secrets it holds. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the unknown as fascinating as we did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries.